Hello, this is Divine Sunshine on my morning drive. I got me a new setup. Went on Amazon to get me a phone holder so we can get a little bit more closer as I am doing my videos. So you got me up close and personal this morning. So I know that's a way better view, and I'm in my dad's car this morning. We're in our car this morning. I forgot the challenge. I put on the YouTube. We put on the YouTube. Here we go. This challenge is interesting. We put on the YouTube this morning, and a couple of days back, rather, about the challenge of using the pronouns are, we, and us. This was inspired by the DM, my DM self, in the 3D. We're in a conversation in which he was asking me about customers, and I told you that he knows exactly what I do, and not too much the particulars like the YouTube and everything like that. I kind of got to open myself up into that, because a lot of times I'm talking and he'll know. He's like, oh my gosh, he's talking about me out there. So I don't know. We just kind of baby stepping, but he does know I do the readings, and he does know I do workshops. As far as the channel, we haven't grown to that, but I will get to that, because I was watching D.O. Which I've showed you and then shared on we have shared on the YouTube community tab a lot of his videos, and he was stating that we know another thing that we have to do. We've got to get to the point where we're standing in our truth as to who we are, because if we're telling people that that's what we are, that we are twin flames, that's going to create a sense of freedom within ourselves, which is true, because I know once we told him about what we were and what we are, it was a sense of freedom that came behind that as well. So that's a very big part of it. The my DM self just really had cracked me up, because when we told him we were doing this, I see the word says "bay." Okay, when we told him that we were doing this challenge, we were just notifying him, letting us know that we were doing this actual challenge. And we just took to it like fish to water. It's like every sentence from that point on, from texting and talking to him, we were doing a more excellent job than we were. Okay, and so that cracked me up, because we remember looking on the channel on videos where one of the subscribers had written back to us and had stated that their DM does it better than they do, and they always are talking and using that type of we, us, our, which leads me to this, that a lot of the divine feminines collectives are having a problem, like I am now, in talking with the concept, not just in talking and communicating, but actually accepting that there is an actual we, or our, or us. This is a us. And as I'm doing the challenge, and as we're doing the challenge, we have to kind of really get to the point of understanding that this sense of a collective is more than just about you. We have to be, I see it's in the word innovative. We have to be innovative and watch our see. They sent me Pride, sent us Pride about how this ego thing is really standing in its power of saying, no, it's me, it's me, it's me. ain't no us, ain't no we. Where have you been through all of this? And you've shown in so many ways that it ain't no us, because through your actions. And a lot of times we subconsciously, it's hard for us to accept that concept. And like I said, and like we said, it goes deeper than just words. It goes to the point of how are we digesting this idea in our soul, in our DNA, in our spirit, and in our mind, psychologically, spiritually. How are we digesting this information? And to be honest with you, we really shouldn't have a problem with saying we, because it's more than just, we're housing two energies. It ain't just about you. And really understanding that that's a thing that we really are carrying out, and it's expanding beyond that when we're talking about that. I told you in my readings, and I've seen, and we've seen, I know you all are cracking up because you see the struggle, which is really showing where it is within me. I say 69, the yin and the yang, and understanding, yeah, that it's a partnership, and you can see it. So we've got to really work on that. See, it even doesn't show it be we. I wish I could kind of like scan it the same. We could kind of scan the phone and let you see what I'm seeing, what things the universe, as we're driving and sending, like, it's like we, W-E, and everything. That's also the divine masculine sent me also before I got on here. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm being inspired. It had like a Batman symbol on someone's car, on a car that passed by, which that's always a running joke between myself and between ourselves and DM about that. How can you, myself saying, don't beat yourself up so hard. It's gonna get there. It's a process, which is true. It is a process, and even when we do forget about using those we's and understanding it's just not just you in there. In the process of doing things, it's a partnership. We have to understand that as well. So like we were talking about earlier, that I was watching Perla's video, her live the other day, and she said a lot of things that pretty much had confirmed. Oh, and then it got my birthday on the license plate. I ain't doing like Jupiter 1111 to my squirrel. I'm just seeing how they showing me, like, oh. So 47. Anytime you see your birthday, that means you're getting birth to something new. So if you see people, there's things, license plates, numbers, things that has your birthday on there, that's letting you know you're getting ready to give birth. So I just seen my birthday on the license plate. We just seen it. Us, there go thing say us on the daggone truck. I just say we us. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's an epic fail, and then it's we. Okay. That's none but the divine masculine and the powers that be is slapping me all upside the head saying, we. Okay, snap out it. So we were watching Perla, and so when we were watching Perla, she stated something very profound, which pretty much confirmed what we were talking about on the other day, which was that we've got to watch the circle. The card came out, family changes, in order for us as divine feminines to help the divine masculine. And that is something that we're going to keep on instituting and adding on to new ways of doing readings on the channel, about what's happening with the divine masculine, but at the same time saying, what can the divine feminine do in order to help him with those energies that are being shown through the cards? And one way we talked about through the cards was family changes, which means the dynamic. How are you connected to other people? So your circle, your soul fam and all that. And so she stated also on there that you got to watch the people, how they're influencing you. You know, everybody has good intentions sometimes, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes people's true colors, as she said, is being shown in their actions, and you got to watch that. I told you that. We told you that. We're getting to the point right now. They got these energies that's coming in that's stating that people are going to start falling off, and you don't have to really do much of an effort to make that happen. It's going to pretty much, some of them are going to do it on their own, and some of you might find yourself that you're going to say, you know what, hey babe, you know what, I think it's time for you to be shown the door, you know, at this point. And you might have to physically do that, because that might be an action that you've got to create to be able to create this. You got to begin something, you got to end something, so you got to let something go. So you got to really, okay, they say all 47, there go my birthday again, to let you know, and it's got my initials, BB, oh Lord. So really have to understand that we need that in order to create that trinity and that harmony, because I've seen 3 and 8, so that's a reminder. That we have to do that. We have to understand that it's very crucial at this point that who we're listening to and where we're absorbing this information. I can't say that enough, and we can't say it enough, and we're going to sound like a broken record to you, because we're going to keep on pushing this and understanding that we're at the point that we're getting ready for some unbelievable things to come, and the way we're living is going to be different in 2020. So we've got to get ourselves together with the mindset, and we're really almost just at the point that we are getting ready to give birth like a pregnancy, and we got to be very crucial as the things that we eat, digest, and take in, as far as information and who we hang around with, you know, too, because we don't want them to say things. So it's getting to the point that we have to understand to trust ourselves. We've got to get, so when I did my past regression thing, and I felt that means, again, getting rid of some of that stuff that just full of hot air. We're getting rid of some of that hot air that doesn't belong to us. We just got ourselves full of stuff. And I did a past regression session, which I would suggest that you do. Those of you all that do believe in past lives. However, as I did the past life regression this time, as we did it this time, we got the feeling in the sense that some of the stuff may not have been from past lives, like it could be more so about something that we're harboring subconsciously about our fears. However, through the session, we felt that by them triggering and kind of like pinpointing our higher self, because you use your higher self to help you to do that, because it's a quantum past life regression healing thing. And so through doing that act, it helped us to heal things like, oh, this is why I feel this way. This is why I feel this way. So we're going to kind of do a little bit more investigation about far as should have got off. That's all right. Bit more of an investigation as to how that process works as far as you doing that past life regression. We will tell you a little bit later as to how that's going to unfold as far as that being a part of my program too. This is complete stop, but that's all right. So we are really, through that past life regression, we noticed that one life that was stopped and was brought to my attention was about at that point, our friend was marrying a person in which we thought was the one. And as we sat there and we watched all this stuff kind of go and play down, we were hurt, but at the same time, we knew instinctively that our friend that was married, because we found out that the person's name was Dan, was not really the one. And we found out that really our heart was able to actually identify what was really our truth and what was true for us. Now, I said that when we got through from the session, she asked me again, she asked at the end, what did my higher self wanted? What was the purpose for the higher self to show me that? And it said the reason why we showed her that was because we wanted her to know that she always knows what is really true for her, or what really is truth in her heart. Just always check in with your heart. And so we are sharing this with you to let you know that your heart knows your truth. It knows what is good for you, what's not going to work for you, what you should continue to do. And if we get around those circles of people who are not resonating, not going on the same path as us, it's going to throw us off, and it's not going to help us to really receive the total experience that the powers that be has set forth for us. That's why I told you all that it's going to be a time in which some readers will be there or will not be. Now, it came to our attention that also means, that's like I heard it one way, we were thinking that it was going to be like some readers were going to just kind of like fall off and stop doing what they're doing. But it's not only that, is that it's going to be a point that some readers, you might not resonate anymore, and you might be the one that's going to be like, click, that's it, that's enough, that was all right. It was all right for then, it got me through it, but now the next level that I'm going to, I don't need that reader or that advisor at that point. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it, doesn't mean like it's nothing, anything, because sometimes you'll find yourself, if you continue to stay with that reader or whatever information, it'll start to go like a needle on the record. Something kind of starts breaking down within you, and it just kept it inside you. It's like it's almost like bucking the system. It's going against it. That reminds me like a time we used to watch a video advisor, and she was good. My mentor had suggested for me to listen to her, and we did. For a while there, she was resonating with us. We were like, yeah, okay, yeah. Then one day she had some kind of incident that happened to her, and I remember talking about this like several videos ago, and about her adventures with her and her girlfriends going out into the city in New Jersey. And then, boy, she had all that interesting, bad energy that she was talking about, and we being the empath was picking up all that stuff that she was talking about. Like the Uber didn't pick us up at the same time, and we was out there, all three of us, and we was drunk. And I mean, she just going on all this woe is me and all this negativity and stuff about the whole experience about this girls' night thing, which she said a spirit told her in the first place not to go in the first place. And so I'm absorbing all this stuff. And the more and more we watched it, the more and more of her other videos that she put out, the more and more I was getting turned off by it. Because it seemed like in some way she had already programmed us in a sort of way that you know, everything she was giving to me, it just wasn't vibing. It wasn't vibing at all with us. And so, it got to the point, so I just stopped watching. We just stopped watching. I was like, that's enough. You'll find out, so also that doesn't matter whichever readers it is. You find like I can stay with you a little while, and then another point you might say I got to turn you off, or you might say, okay, I'll come back to you. Those things. That's pretty much what the Spirit is saying, that it's going to come a time that some of these, it's almost like in the Bible, like Moses, you know. And so how Moses took them to the promised land, but he couldn't go in there, so he could just only like stay, you know, there. I feel like Medea, if I'm saying it right. He could only go so much, and then that's when the new leader came around. That was Joshua, and then he could take them on from that point on, but he doing all that process he went through to get the people, to free them from the Pharaoh. He got them right there, and it's like, okay, I can't enter in. Y'all got to take it from there. It's going to be some points that there's some advisors or some people that you I won't even put it on advisors. Let's not make it heavy for them. But it's going to be some people that you're hanging with. There's going to be some spiritual people that you take on as mentors. That same thing with me. Like my mentor, she was there, but now health pretty much taken away, and she's not as much as active as in my life as she was before. But that's the Spirit, that's the universe taking away, because it was some things that she was saying to me. I was like, and after a while, the higher self is like, okay, we got to create this separation here, because she's not helping her and benefiting us to push her on to the next level. Matter of fact, she's going against it, and it's making it worse for us, and it's making it hard for us. So, you know, she doesn't want to hurt her feelings and vice versa. So how about we just kind of like create this situation for her that she kind of pulls back on her own. And I think really in some ways, levels, that my mentor kind of sensed that. It was like, you're saying things, but it's not resonating with me. And it's like, I hear you, but maybe I'm just not ready to hear it right now at this point. And so we, you know, understanding that we have to come to a point that sometimes people, places, and things, that's where the karmic thing, which is the lessons, will get us to the point that we're like, you know what, I no longer need this. You know, this is at a point in time, this is what I needed, now I don't. And, you know, at that point, the people around you has to get to the point of them understanding that, you know, to respect that. And if they really truly love you, they release you and let you go, you know. I like also what Pearl was talking about. You know, you can't force people to kind of like really eat different advisors and what they say and the information that they're giving you, because that might not resonate and that might not be taking you to the next level. And that's not really right. And you can't turn around and curse somebody and say, oh, well, you ain't doing this, you ain't gonna get into union either. Big issue with that, you know, because if you love somebody, I think about how my mom, and we're practicing unconditional love. My mom used to always say, you know what, I wish you well, go on. And that sometimes when you didn't do what she wanted you to do, she said, I want you to go out there and I want you to prove me wrong. And if you prove me wrong, she said, about what I'm saying, I'll be the first one to be saying, you know what, I apologize, I was wrong about that, you know. I'd rather somebody take that, what you say, well, are you really kind of on my side, or you ain't on my side by you saying that? But I'd rather take that than somebody to give you, say, you're going to go out there and doom because you didn't say what I said. You're going to go out there to doom to fail. You know, that's to me is not really practicing unconditional love, which is what we are here for light workers to actually do. So you might run across some of those friends that might be like that, you know, oh, okay, you going on that twin flame thing, oh, okay, or whatever journey, you didn't change, you became new, okay, well, you know, no, that ain't gonna work out, you know, because ain't nobody know about no twin flame journey, what that all about. That is some mandy-pandy stuff they didn't cook out in the sky. So you got to kind of be prepared for that. So 2020 is really living the vision. What the living vision is that you're actually coming out, like Diana Ross is talking about, I'm coming out, I want the world to know, got to let it show. I'm coming out. So you got to come to the point like that card I'm seeing now, which is called New Life, which is showing a young lady. It'll say infinite 7. All right, right. So infinite spiritual completion. You got to come to that point that you're able to say you're coming out, because so it can cause that, because that card has the young lady with her arms stretched out. She's coming out of an egg, which is new beginnings. She's up on a pedestal honoring her emotions and really truly becoming like, you know, I'm awakening. I'm awakening to who I'm supposed to be. I'm awakening to my true identity. I'm awakening into who I am, and actually the understanding the concept of actually us, you know. And so that's important. I thought y'all was turning. Anyway, so that is actually important as far as into this journey. Really understanding who we are. That's why we getting all these bells and knocks upside the head, and hard knocks and bells and whistles all coming in together, so we can really truly come to a place of understanding who we actually are. And that's really important, because with this energies that's coming in, that's very transformational, but at the same time, you hear a lot of people saying there's a lot of things that's going to go happen in the universe. See, 441, which is light workers numbers, the twin flame. And so I'm seeing a lot of people saying about these energies that's coming in, that they might be for you, or some other energies might be working against you, or whatever like that. And you know, my thing is that you make the experience whatever you want it to, because I know also, I remember that one time it was a retrograde. I didn't even know it was a retrograde, and I could have swore by God that was the best time of my life between me and the DM, because he was loving on me and I was loving on him, and we were just loving on each other. We didn't have no kind of issues with each other at all during that retrograde. So that lets me know it's the mindset. That's my big thing again. It's your mindset that determines how you do that. Tell your angels or your guides or whoever the powers that be, if they're saying about these big things that's occurring and happening, as far as that, because I don't want to really confirm what's happening is. You know, when the things become, and these lessons are supposed to be coming, because they're saying at the end it's coming to a close, and the universe is really trying to get all this stuff that don't belong to you out. You know, you can ask your angels and your guides and the powers that be, make this more of a aha moments or aha towers as it's going to happen, and make this more so of an enjoyable lesson. I've already had those other dramatic things, so let the ending be like something like an aha that I get, that's more of a gentle way of me getting the lessons, that you slap me all upside of my head in doing that. Okay, I am at work, plus we got a meeting this morning at 2 at work. Like I said, I'm putting out the atmosphere. We got a meeting this morning, and even the DM got a meeting too. I said, there we go. We are definitely mirroring each other. So we in the us stuff. So I say again, create your atmosphere. Understand that it is a we and a us. Understanding that the divine masculine is more in line with this, that you know, I told you about the Detective Columbo, that they're willing and they want that energy of understanding is we and us. It is us as divine feminines that's having a little issue with accepting that concept, okay? So until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Mwah. Love you.